Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another session of LinkedIn Live with Empathy Co. So as you heard, we're talking about building you up, right? Music by the Foundations. So today we're going to talk about Empathy Platform's self-managed components. So if you haven't joined us before and don't know what we're talking about, so we've got a set of self-managed components, which are essentially the building blocks, the pieces of the Empathy Platform puzzle, right? That you are able to install as a developer. You can download them, install them, play around with them, and get a taste of what our experience is like. In this case, we're going to focus on the search experience, but it really is a way for you to get a taste of what Empathy Platform can do, how it works, and just kind of get your feet wet before diving in for the full experience. So today, since there are a lot of different pieces, we are going to focus on the search experience, and it's not going to be a detailed tutorial, okay? It's going to be a demo, a quick demo to show you how easy it is and how swiftly you can make these changes and see the reflection in the search experience in these SMCs. So that said, I am going to pass it over to Ana Garcia, who is our SMC expert and is going to show you exactly how this works.
Thank you so much. Okay, so as Jordan said, this is not a tutorial. So I'm going to assume that you know what Docker is, what Elasticsearch is, how to play with the Empathy Search API, and all of that. So if you have any doubt, I just want to say that next week we're going to release the tutorials with all the explanation and trying to show you how simply it can get and trying to explain you how Docker works and everything. But if you have any question, any doubt, you want to ping me, you want to ask me, hey, can we have a quick video call so you can show me how SMC works and everything, I'm really open to that. I'm open to communication, I'm open to talk to anyone, so you can ping me whenever you want. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we can start with the demo with the magic. So the first thing you are seeing right now is my Visual Code. And here you can see some folders that are the same folders that you're going to find if you download SMC. The most important file here, or one of the most important ones, is the Docker Compose. And we can see here that we have an Elasticsearch, we have search service, we have the front end, and we have an indexing job. These parts are the same parts that we can see in our official diagram that you can see here. We have the front end, the search interface layer that will be running in our localhost port 8081. Localhost means that it will be running in our computer and everything that we do will be working in our computer. It is not on internet or any shop or anything. This is just our local environment. So we have the front end that is created with its components, our open components, and they are open source and you can play with them. You already have the repository on GitHub open with all of these incredible documentation. So this front end, you can have it, you can build it, you can own it already. Then we have our set service, our API that will be running on port 8080. And then, of course, we have the Elasticsearch with a volume that will be inside the project. You can see the folder already in my setup that will be running in the usual port 9200. And then we have the indexing job that you can access through your browser. And that is a little bit transparent. It's not the same as the others. This is because the indexing job is just a script that will index all the catalogs inside Elasticsearch. And after like 2-3 minutes, it will be stopped because it has already finished indexing everything and you don't have to use it anymore. So what will we be indexing? We'll be indexing what is in indexing folder. Here is the script, but here in collection files, we can see all the catalogs and all the files we have. We have an English catalog This is usual Elasticsearch configuration with the mapping and the data. Data is a part of an open IMDb catalog. Here we can see some movies like this one, or the first one that is Carmencita. And this will be what we will have in our SMC once we finish indexing. We also have our empathize for suggestions and completing queries and everything. We also have some links with promotion, with banners, with links to other part of our shop or maybe other parts of internet. Here I put a link to IMDb. Then we have search configuration for some boost and beauty products. And of course, the top click with popular products and number of clicks. So the search API can select which are the most clicked one and which are the most popular ones. So everything is here, and because everything is here, you can play with these catalogs, you can change these catalogs, but today we are not doing that. Why? Because it takes up to 2 to 3 minutes. So we won't be waiting on that. We're going to play with the search configurations that are right here, this IMDb JSON, because this is quicker. And here you can see an empathize endpoint. We don't want to touch this, a top click endpoint. We don't want to touch this. We want to touch the search endpoint. So this is when things become interesting. We're going to start touching things and changing things. First of all, I'm going to show you how we are going to do all of this. We are going to play with, of course, our frontend from Interface X archetype. And here everything is working as usual. We're going to look for Hamlet. This is going to be our example query. We're going to see how everything changes. Here is a promotion, but here we have some 14 results. And maybe in a moment, in some moments, I will show you the response from the API of search, that is import 8080. So you can see how everything changes. So let's start playing with SMC. Here are some features, some configurations, but this is the first one we're going to touch, the searchable fields, the multi-match. And this feature is one of the most interesting ones and one of the most, I don't know, the one that is more remarkable, because this feature will decide what fields from your catalog are used to match the query. Because right now we have a primary title, that is the title of the movie, but maybe we have also an original title, that is the title of the movie, but maybe in the original language. So maybe we have the primary title in English and the original language, original title in French. So we want to match. We want people to find the movies by the original title and primary title, but we want the primary title to have more value. This is what this means. We want this to be 5 times more important than another field, and this 2 times more important than another field. Then we have the genres, the types, and this is something I created so we have more relevance if we have the poster of the movie, so the experience is enjoyable. It's beautiful. We can see all the images and we are not seeing like just blank spaces. So what will happen if I do this? And what will happen if I do this? ID with a 7. Okay, let's find out. When you change some configurations from search, these are my containers here running. We need to stop the container and start it again because we need to reload all the configurations. But this takes like 10 seconds. It is really quick. So I'm going to show you what will happen. Here we're seeing Hamlet, right? Everything makes sense. Let's see if my API is already reloaded. Just waiting a few seconds. this is a little spoiler. We are going to try to search again for Hamlet, and of course, we are not finding anything that is Hamlet because we don't have any ID that is Hamlet, we don't have any genre that is Hamlet, and we don't have any type that is Hamlet. We are seeing the promotion because it is configured to appear always in this query, and we have like top clicks so we can continue our journey because this is the no results page. And this is cool, but how can I find results? If I look for short, that is a type of movie, here are all the shorts we have. And if I write comedy short, we can find all the shorts that are from comedy because I'm looking for genre and type. And also I wrote ID. So if I write an ID that exists, I'm going to find Carmen Zita. And if I delete this, it is going to show me the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and everything. So it makes sense, and I'm showing you that this feature does, in fact, what I explained to you. So maybe this experience can be interesting if we are creating, I don't know, a search experience that don't want you to find an exact result, but want you to discover maybe comedy shorts or anything. So you can take this, take your creativity, and start creating all the search experiences you want to create. We're going to put this in normal, and then I'm going to show you another feature that is the filtering and faceting. Right here, you can see, I want to write short again, that we have some filters and facets, and well, they are of course all short and prices. And we want to play with this. So to change this, we want to go here and maybe delete the is adult filter. That is a value filter because is adult is a Boolean value. And then maybe we can add another filter that is genre. Let me see just one moment if the name is correct to see that we can go to mapping, we can find genre, and yes, it is correct. And I delete this. This is so we can have this filter in the URL, but this won't change the filters that the users, that the shoppers see. To change that, we have to go to faceting. So I'm going to delete the value facets here. Well, I'm just going to change this and change this. These are the range, so we can personalize the range of the prices we show, but we are playing with the value one, so we're going to delete is adult and add genres. I'm going to save the file, and then I'm going to stop the container and start it again. There's one thing, because maybe somebody is wondering why this is working, because I'm playing with this file in my computer, but this is Docker. This is a volume. So everything that I change here will change in the container. This is just programmer's thing. So in case somebody is asking why this is working, it is because of volumes. So I'm going to share my screen, see if this is working again. In the API, this is quicker than playing with the front end when you want to see if it is executing. Okay, something changed. Let's go to Hamlet. And is adult is not here, and gender and genre is here working as expected. Okay, so we can change the matching, we can change the filters, and now I want to show you a really cool or really interesting feature that is grouping. Grouping is a feature we have that will take all the, in this case, movies that have the same value in the field we write here and group them in the result view. This is interesting when you have a product that has different variations, maybe colors, maybe sizes, and you don't want every size to appear in all the position of the result list. You want just to appear one, and if people want more detail, maybe to click, maybe to have another component so they can select the variations they want. So in this case, of course, this doesn't make any sense because I'm writing ID, and ID is always different or should be always different in every product. But what will happen if I write primary title? You might be wondering, we're going to see. So I just reload this. And while we are waiting, we can think what will happen with the query Hamlet and with these 14 results when I reload this and it is applied. And to show you, there are a lot of Hamlets here. A little spoiler, and we have less results because we have a lot of titles that were Hamlet, but we only had one that is Colonel Hisalaya. I don't know how to pronounce this, but they are different titles, okay? And we have all the Hamlets inside here. It's like these movies representing all the movies that are titled Hamlet. And of course, the promotion, that is something that we know is a promotion, is not a product. So we can take this grouping and play with it and create another search experiences that we want. Then we have the search hits that I'm going to also delete. This is really interesting because search hits is the feature that will make the API return results. And you are wondering, I always want the API to return results. Well, maybe you want the API to show you a response, but maybe you don't want to receive all the information from the products. Maybe you just want to see some information from the search query. So this is going to be really quick. And you're going to see how this response changes a lot. And I'm going to give it a little bit of format so everything is more readable for us. And there is no content, and I only receive the number of products, and I only receive the facets and all of this information like the promotion here. There is no content. So when I do this, there is no results. So this feature is really important. Don't forget to add it when you are playing with SMC. Don't delete it by accident, because if you are not seeing any results, it means that the search hits is not written. And then we also have this debug feature that is maybe the most important one when you are developing, because with this debug feature, you can go here and write debug enable true. And you're going to see when this starts and this reloads that it will give you a lot of information about why the scoring of the products. Here, the properties, it has a 12 value, the criteria why we are sorting, that is a score. Maybe we are sorting by, I don't know, price, and this will explain you why this is happening. And then when we go here, we are going to see that genre is 4, name of image is 12. Why? Because here we wrote that this is 6, and name of image has a base value of 6 also here. So here is to see what is happening. Of course, in the Empathy platform, you have a beautiful view that shows you this information in a more human way. And finally, I just want to show you that every time I'm looking for something, I'm receiving these 3 parts. And these 3 parts of the response are right here. Direct, promoted, and banner. We can delete them and we won't be receiving these parts. The information that is here is the one that you write on the links catalog. As you can see, we have the direct, we have a promotion, and we have here a promotion for Wiki Hamlet that will appear in the query Hamlet with this image, which is the same one as you can see right here. So, you know, you can customize the search you can do whatever you want. And how can you learn to do this? Well, there are two ways you can learn to do everything. One of them is go to our official documentation, because you will find documentation about SMC, you will find documentation about all empathy, but you will also find documentation about how to configure different features from empathy platform. And because SMC is like, this taste, as Jordan said, of empathy platform, everything is the same. So you can go here and see this example and all of this incredible documentation, or you can just wait a little bit and go to our YouTube channel, where we have our LinkedIn live sessions, some other events, a lot of shorts, and where we are going to upload some videos about SMC tutorials, like the one that is already uploaded, where you can see myself explaining you how to download SMC and how to start playing with it. So this is all the spam I wanted to say, and this is the end of the demo. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Anna. Yeah, I shared a link to the SMC documentation in the chat. So everyone feel free to take a look, see how it works. If you feel like downloading it before you watch the tutorial from Anna, go for it. But she's there on the YouTube channel to help you out if you need it. And I think it's important to point out that while this is a test version, right? We know it's not the full version of Empathy Platform. We know it's not the exact search experience. They're just pieces of how the search experience works. But we do want to let you know that, with the full Empathy Platform experience, all of these changes that are being made wouldn't be made the way that you're seeing today in the demo, right? We have a back office tool called the Playboard, where merchandisers and anyone working on the analytics teams, search teams, can make those changes and then see those configurations reflected. So this is a snippet of what Empathy Platform has to offer. So Anna, that said, thank you so much for teaching us all about SMCs and search. And we're looking forward to hearing more about it in the articles and the videos that you'll be putting up.
Thank you so much.